In this video, I'm going to be walking you through a world record level unsighted any percent speedrun route. This video is not meant for beginners. This is a super high skill level run. And to accompany that, this video isn't going to be very in-depth. I'm going to show everything almost like on a you get what you see basis. So by all means use YouTube's playback features, such as J and L to skip 10 seconds, right arrow, left arrow to skip 5 seconds, and then dot and comma to skip like a frame, as well as playback speed. Definitely whack that down if I'm doing something quickly, with the idea that you can just copy from what's on screen if you watch it enough times. So that's with the hope of keeping this video short, and on top of that I am going to add obviously some intro here because there's some more stuff I need to explain, but also some commentary when stuff is not as it appears on screen, you know. Sometimes there are some very unobvious movements that I do, particularly things like opening Luna's case before you fight her. And then some objects that we stand on top of that look really weird or unclear. Or particular pixel perfect setups. There's one of them so far. So yeah, before I get started, I want to go over controls. I have a keyboard shown in the bottom of my screen. I'm going to expand it quickly. So, if I just change the opacity as well, we're about 0.4, so I'll remember that. So on here, I realise it's now got transparency in the keys, but I'll ignore that. So this is basically all of the buttons I'm using. I'm not using every single one of these, for instance. Like, I'm not using Windows or Alt, but WASD for movement, obviously E to interact, Q to heal, R to reload, all the standard bindings. But there's a few extra buttons on here that I want to point out. And actually first, it's probably better if I go through the controls menu in the game. So let me shrink that. These are the keys I've rebound in-game. Notably, my pause/map key has been rebound to keypad multiply, and you'll see that in the top left of my keyboard preview. The map button, which I believe is exclusive to keyboard at this point, I've rebound to page down specifically. But this is page down, for me this is page down with numlock off, which means it's basically if I press the numpad 3 button, with numpad off it presses page down, and that's what I want. The reason I have numlock off is because if you hold shift and press a numpad button while numlock is on, it sends a different key. And you can use that to get some weird double input stuff where you press shift and then press a button and you get two, or you press a button and then press shift and you get 2 inputs. But what it does mean is that your inputs are completely masked on the numpad if you're holding down shift, and I can't have that for when I'm speedrunning. In addition to that, the only other rebinding I have in here, I believe, is parry is on middle click. So that's nice to have all of my combat on my mouse, basically. What this means is I have my left hand on my left side of my keyboard with WASD, shift, control, space, R and F, all of those keys. Then I have a separate area on the right of my keyboard with 3 numpad buttons and a set of arrow keys. And those are shown on the right of my keyboard in the preview. And then of course I have my mouse as well. So when I move my mouse around, the little indicator should show as well, but you can see where my mouse cursor is most of the time. So the reason I've got weird keys above my arrows on the preview, that being page down, escape and enter, is because I've rebound keys outside of the game to swap them around a little bit. So you'll see that pause and map is bound to keypad multiply, and because of that, keypad multiply is in the top left of my keyboard preview. What this does is when you rebind, or do I need to explain this? I don't know if I need to explain this. Basically what happens is, I'll give you the quick summary. Pressing keypad multiply only opens and closes the menu, whereas the actual escape button above the arrow keys does things like skip cutscenes, skip text, back out and return from menus and things, and all the extra functionality as well as opening your menu. So usually I use the numpad button which is something I've rebound outside of the game, and that's why escape is next to page down. Page down is my numpad 3. I've rebound numpad 2 to escape, and I've rebound numpad 1 to enter. Then what I've done is I've rebound my escape key to numpad star, and that's why it's up here. So basically, there's 3 numpad buttons that are shown above the arrows. I'm showcasing them with my mouse, but you can't really see it. There are 3 numpad buttons above my mouse, and then IO and P that I'm using as with mods on. So I've got mods on to showcase some of the strategies that I'm going to be using. I'll use it to save and load states and particular rooms so I can try them again. I might be able to try some fast boss strats if I miss them, if they're absolutely crucial. Otherwise I'll just move on because I'll make separate videos for stuff that I miss out on, which is very important. Maybe I should have mentioned that at the start. Anyway, this gives you a rough idea of what I'm using to make sure that you don't invalidate the rule where you're binding multiple buttons to the same key. I've also bound enter to numpad 1 and keypad multiply to numpad down, I believe. Something like that. So yeah, that's my setup basically. You'll see that when I click the mouse and press mouse buttons, everything should light up in white. So I'm going to knock the opacity of this back down, and I'm just going to get on with stuff. Oh, come on. There we go, about 4. Okay. I'm running on 1.1.4, I believe, or it's 1.4.1, I can't quite remember the version. You can skip this text box with Q, or enter. I press enter and then spam Q. I did that room a little wrong. You can get through there easily in 4 dodge rolls. In somewhere during this segment, hover the mouse here, and then you can just click here. There's a lot of that. Skip cutscene. In this segment, you want to hover your mouse about here-ish. And the reason for this is it gives you a quick equip. Oops, I did that wrong. It's like that. There we go. So I'm going to screw up some of these inputs, but that's fine. You get the idea. You can hover the mouse over the menu in order to... Oops. Get equips quick. You'll see that I've got pretty fast text skipping. That's a combination of rhythmic button pressing and having rebound my keys to my numpad. So everything's nice and smooth. You can tap shift there to run off this platform immediately. I won't do it now, but yeah, if you tap shift as soon as you hit the ground, you sprint off that platform without sitting still. This is an interesting fight. I'm going to pause here for a second. I want to specifically jump attack this shadow creature twice. It doesn't lose any time, but gets you 60 extra bolts. And when you pick up its final bolts, you want to try and parry as soon as you pick them up on the exact same frame. If you do, you'll get an extra 200. Try it again on this one. Ideally try and break all the crates as well. I'm not going to bother this time. I missed it. You'll get an extra 200 bolts. You'll know when you got it. If you do, each 200 bolts extra you get, you can buy 4 extra metal scrap from the shop. Metal scrap routing is incredibly important here. I'm going to save a state coming out here. Oops, I was expecting a cutscene. Skip that one with enter. Oops. Move your mouse somewhere out of the way for this one. 10, 3, supposed to be 4 here, and then 2. Latest strat is we craft the spinner. And just leave. Item routing is very important. One crystal there for an ingot. You need to hit both these crystals in quick succession here to get the same item from them. Sprockets there. You need to do the same thing in downtown to get 2 ingots from those crystals. 2 wires from these. And come up here. Here I'm gonna craft one hook shot, and then I'll show you how to quick craft. So to quick craft, hover over where the blueprint should be, and then it's E down. Oh yeah, it's literally, I need to make sure I've got it in the right place. I haven't memorized this. So this is where my mouse should be-ish, anywhere over the hookshot blueprint. And then you basically open the crafting bench, go down, and then just spam enter, and you'll craft that really quickly. If we have enough metal scrap, we'll do that later with the tack cogs. There's a really specific menu coming up here. I'm just gonna pause. You're supposed to have your cursor hovered over slot 1, and then you do what is it? It's this, and then no, wrong way round. Did I save state? I didn't. Okay, let me. How does this go? I want to equip the flame blade, and then I back out, and then I equip the war axe, and then I back out, and then I equip nothing, and then I back out, and then I switch to loadout A, and then I'm going to save a state. And if I pause again, this is basically back where we were, and then it's basically you're hovered over here, and then when you open the menu, you select that, and then that. Like that, that's how you do that menu. And then, by the way, when you drop off there, hold left, land on here. Jump off, grab the chest. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned when we were in downtown, I'll show you again later. Here, first I need to grab some, this segment's kind of important. You want to have enough stamina here to break this and this for 2 sprockets quickly. In downtown, we stand on a sign earlier, so that's really hard to see. If you spin attack through there, you skip a cutscene. I don't know how to do this fast. I just run in and parry everything. Kill one of these for an engine oil. Doesn't matter if you kill the other one. You didn't need to jump 3 times there, you just need to get on the spinner and leave. I think if you aim to the side here, you can kind of avoid some more... you can get some better enemy cycles. If you can break those boxes quickly, it's worth it for metal scrap. Just bonk the terminal and leave. Let me save a state here. I'm going to save, and then the strat we do. This is the strat we do to go through this room. That's basically what we do. I'm going to re-enter and show you what I was doing earlier. So over here, when we fell off of this, you basically push against this sign for a second, then go down and run off, and then hold to the side. And I'm standing on top of the sign right now, so if I walk up, I'll fall off. And then what you do is you jump off and jump attack. And then whether you have jump boots or not, you can get across. Another thing I forgot to mention is you need to... there's a cutscene that plays if you don't jump over this trigger here and keep an enemy on screen, so that's what I did earlier. Anyway, back to this. I'm going to do this segment again. Let me load a state and try again. You ideally want to hookshot to this block, and then you just hookshot this, jump attack it, and then hookshot over to the chest. It's imperative you do this quickly. Redirect the spinner attack, and you get 3 iron ingots from that. This is a pretty clean way of getting through this place. I think I have the wrong loadout equipped. Yeah, there you go. Otherwise I would have hookshot up into the valley quicker. Pop over here. I'm going to spam escape when we come in here because there's a virus cutscene, and then you just hookshot over here. This menu is equip a chip, equip spin attack, teleport, go down a floor, and teleport to here. I'm going to manually check my metal scrap here. I never know how much I have. 11. You need minimum 13 to continue. Optimally, you have 21. So if you don't have enough, come out here, hover about here-ish, and then by like 12, because I've got 600 bolts, and just come back in. If you're very lucky, you can do this entire run without buying scrap. Here we just do a big craft. This is the recipe for the jump boots. You'll have to remember this. It's not anywhere, although I believe it's on the wiki. There's no way to buy it in-game. I'm going to craft a stamina cog specifically here, just so my attack cog blueprint's slightly lower in the list. Now what I'm going to do is try and quick craft attack cogs. There we go. Like that, there we go. Okay, good point to save state. We do a telehook through here. I like to hookshot to the bamboo, and then my mouse got stuck on my keyboard there. All you need to do is hookshot to here, and then if you hookshot over here and then release it over this way, then you'll be on this side. You don't need to hit this bulb, and the other thing is, if you haven't seen a telehook before and you're trying to learn world record strats, basically what you do is you tap attack and hookshot at the same time. Your hookshot needs to be in your second slot for you to do this thing called a hookshot spam, and then you aim one way and release the other way, and you do a telehook pretty much. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than that. If you can get here smoother than me, then nice. We need to do another equip here in a second. Oops, I'm not sure what happened there. So the equip is hover over equip 2 like this. Oh, you press, it's like F, then I believe it's, and then, did I get that right? No, I don't think I did actually. Yeah, that's wrong. Okay, let me load state and try again. So it's F to switch to loadout A, and then hover over slot 2, and then left click twice, back out up, left click twice, back out, back out. Okay. Then we switch back to loadout B. Jump attack this. Oh, you're supposed to jump attack that, and then jump attack this, and then slash away, and then jump attack that. And I'm definitely saving a state here in a second. There is a fast Asana strat. It uses really low amounts of attack cog, and oh, I crafted the stamina cog first. That's interesting. All right, usually you can quick equip cogs, but that doesn't work if you craft the stamina cog first. Okay. So normally if you hover here and then press enter twice, you equip that, but that's a stamina cog and I need an attack cog to do so. Stand slightly to the right of this little square here, and then copy me. Oh, I missed it. Normally you can hit the last one, so I'm going to use an extra attack cog there. You can spin attack all three of those if you get the positioning well. When your combo hits 0, then you can spam escape. We have maps for these. I believe they're on the speedrun.com page somewhere. During this segment somewhere, hover up here, and then enter there, and then jump over this rock. I'm going to save state again here. Here we do 2 chip upgrades, equip the spin charge chip. This room just sucks. It just sucks all around. Try to hit as few enemies as possible to use less attack cog. Aim up here and enemies they usually move around you. I like to bonk off of there. If you can do that's a neutral jump, by the way. We do a lot of those. I'm now standing on top of this crystal because of that. So you jump off the spinner without holding any direction. I've heard Rufon talk about a parry jump before, but parrying before jumping doesn't do anything, especially if you're on the spinner. All it does is it means that you'll always jump upwards because you're not holding neutral. So parry jumping if you're doing box jumps does matter because it increases your height. And then we hook shot to here, and then this is cardinal movement. I'll show you the backup for this as well. Push this, jump in the water, hold right, jump up. A neutral jump up here. Sorry, there's like hoovering going on in the background. I didn't mean to switch load out there. Save state again here. And there is a fast Maria strat. The fast Maria strat's really tight, by the way. Tap sprint after starting to move immediately, and also if you're learning this run, you can tap sprint without holding a direction and you'll stand still. So fast strat is, I need to remember to shotgun, that's all. Okay. That might not be enough shotgun bullets. Yeah, that wasn't. Okay. I want to load state and try again. Yeah, I really want to show this strat off. You really need to hit a lot of shotgun bullets, but you also don't need to rush with attacking Maria like I did. Much nicer. Oops. I think that's fine. Nice, okay. We don't need any extra bolts at this point, but if you want to practice bolt pickup parrying, that's a great time to do it. I didn't mention my binds for mods. I might use these cheats later, but I have reset combo bound to P, reload current room bound to I, and teleport to last terminal bound to O. So you'll see when I press those buttons. And then I'm saving and loading state with Shift 1 and Control 1. So if you see me press those button combinations, that's what it's all about. This mod is available on the Discord and on my GitHub, but you can also get it. I need to make a post for it on the speedrun.com resources page as well. I haven't done that yet. Again, hover up here this time. Skip cutscene, there's going to be another cutscene, then we skip a couple text boxes, then there's another cutscene, then we do that. If you hop on the spinner and hold down shortly afterwards, you can cleanly get through that gap there. Pick up the max combo chip. I jump off here. Oh, to usually avoid this, but I didn't jump down far enough. If this is the case, you can push the statue over and climb back up. I'm just going to re-enter the room. You do this, and there we go. A little bit of a sharper angle, or longer jumping. Cutscene. I'm going to turn the lights on just for reference, you don't have to. You can really angle the spinner down here, like that. And then I'm also going to pick up this terminal as a backup, even though I also don't need to. And then save state. So I believe when you come in this room, what you really want to do is, I'm pretty sure it's faster to just jump in here, because you do a telehook immediately. Another telehook here. That's the museum clip. And then I'm going to save state again here, like so. I believe, yeah, I'm going to show you what I'm about to do to Luna's cage here against the wall. that's what you do. Bear in mind the neutral jump at the end and the spin attack charge. So I'll do this upwards now. No, I didn't miss an attack on her though. There is a very tight window where you need to. For releasing that spin attack while she shoots you with her bullets. That window is quite tight. I've died to it, or I've taken hits to it more often than you might think. So I just thought I'd bring that up. This movement sucks. I absolutely hate this one. Where have I go down here and then up to, and then up and round, up to here. I know where to go, but just getting across it's really hard. This one like fakes you out so much. This is another skip cutscene. I'm going to hold down here. You can skip this. I just was taking a sip. So skip, 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 text, skip, and then press enter there. Here, just move the mouse out of the way, and then I'm going to do another 2 chip upgrades and equip the max combo chip, and then I go down to teleport to terminal and come over here. If you don't have enough, if you only crafted 1 attack gog at the start because you only had 13 metal scrap, this is the time to craft another one. If you don't have enough scrap, just teleport away or buy some in Gear Village when you're there, I guess. It would be good to keep track of that. I'm fine because I crafted 3 and I've got another 4 here, so I believe I should be fine for the rest of the run. So I don't think it's worth getting on the spinner here necessarily. You just run up here because there's a telehook. This telehook's really like lenient. I just wing it every time. We specifically don't stand on any of these buttons with Alma. With the Haley is fine. And you can also use the spinner over them, but you can't stand on them directly with Alma because we need to save a cutscene for later. Pixel perfect setup here. Let me stress, when you come in this room with the Haley, don't hold any movement directions. Then I'm going to aim my cursor about here. The reference I'm using is, you see how there are gaps in the fence right at the edge of the screen, where there are like big diamond, almost like full diamonds, and then there are these tiny little holes where there are diamonds that are off screen. What I'm doing is I find the second one up from the bottom, and then you just cover it with the top of the mouse, so about here-ish. It's not exactly pixel perfect, I don't believe, but this is another setup for a telehook. You aim here, get out of the Haley without moving anywhere, so you should be in the same position every time. And then what we're going to do is we're going to release the mouse. Well, when we've started our telehook, as Alma gets to about this sort of area, you want to, once you've started the telehook, move your mouse over to about here, just the far left side of the screen pretty much from where you were. And then when Alma is here, then you want to release the telehook. So hopefully I should get this. No, I got that wrong, all right. I might have gone too steep an angle, I think. If you screw this up, if you do what I just did there, just get back in the Haley. Come back out here and you can redo the setup. I'm releasing too early there, I think. This setup, if you do it right, I guess. Clips you into the wall and you end up coming back here like this. If you clip up here and end up staying up there, you can just walk all the way back round, but if you do it like that, I believe that's a consistent setup to get this exact trick every time, where you teleport back over. So there's enemies here which kind of suck. If you can find a way to get this guy not to run, then please tell me. That's a weird shot. where you place a box next to a wall and the game lets you shoot through walls. More in-depth tutorials on that, of course. These are tricks that have all been shown before, so I'm not trying to show you necessarily how to do those tricks, but merely just putting reference to them in case anyone that anyone would like to look them up. I will probably make separate videos on all of them. They deserve it. I've spent 3 hours talking about trying to explain this run in detail, so oops. Should have waited for more stamina to recharge. Line up the Haley shadows slightly away from this this switch, and then if you get out, skip a cutscene, you'll stack 2 cutscenes on top of each other, and you'll be able to attack Nova as it spawns. Here, enable all the rest of your cogs, and then just if you walk forward while firing missiles, you don't move anywhere. All you need to do is kill Nova, stay in the Haley when you're done. And then I'm going to try and get fast Nova strats. Let me save state here. It's dash attack, 3 shotguns, attack in between parries, and then another shotgun, and then parry. There you go. Oops, I skipped the cutscene too quickly. There we go. Well, I pressed the inputs too quickly. This room sucks. Somewhere up here. That was pretty clean, actually. My strat there is walk up and then hop on the spinner and go up, left, and then up, I believe. This is another one where we hold here. Save state while I'm here. I don't want to lose too much stamina cog messing around. You can thread your way through there, I've done it before. If you get on, there's a way you can activate this elevator before the cutscene starts. Spin attack along here, eventually you'll get taken over there and kicked off the spinner, then you just switch loadout and hop up. You can walk up vines at the same speed even if you're out of stamina. Watch out because the air pushes you. There's a small window where you can attack in here, so I like to use that if I can. You can make that cycle. Nice! I forgot there's a small window afterwards. But yeah, you can beat it before its last electricity shock comes out. But that wasn't too bad of a backup. Skip this. I can't remember what layers of cutscenes happen here. There's some sort of skip here, and then a bunch of things happen when you pick up the crystal. Which one's this? This one's up. Just go through there on the spinner. You obviously don't need to hop on and off. If you're just smooth with movement, then that's great. It's like, this isn't a world record run, it's just a showcase, so. skip this, move during the cutscene, and then again there's another chip upgrade here, and then another chip upgrade, equip the risk chip, and then teleport. Oops. Yeah, neutral jump off the spinner is the easiest way to climb ladders fast. Meteor Axe, if you hover here, you can obviously be ready for that one. Skip, and then skip text from Olga, skip cutscene. Skip text from Iris, skip cutscene, and then you're free. Again, you've got another opportunity to craft an attack cog here nice and quickly. I don't need to because I'm good. I think 35 is loads. I use about 25 in the next segment or so. Teleport back to the terminal now. This is a great point to save state. And then here, equip this. I'm not sure how to do that quickly, haven't routed that. I just kill this to get a little bit of combo, that's mandatory. Kind of. I believe it makes all the available options here faster. So there's a cutscene skip up here where Iris basically activates her cutscene during a boss, and the reason I hit that dark spawn earlier is because that sets our combo meter to a little bit higher than it usually is, and that means that we have to hit less shotgun shots on M. This is what it looks like. This is perfect. Okay, so you skip this, select M, then Iris activates her cutscene like this, and leaves. We hit M with a bunch of shotgun bullets. Ah, okay, I didn't hit her with enough. Oh, I ran out of stamina, that's my fault. She might not attack me. Okay. If you hit her with enough shotgun bullets, that would have been a one-shot. That's what I was saying. So pick up the key card. And then exit, rejoin. Repress any movement inputs when you restart this area, otherwise they get eaten by the cutscene. I believe there might be a way to skip this cutscene from Iris if you're fast, but if you're great, if you're super quick, actually, I'm gonna leave 1 second because I think you can enable your stamina cog here, and you should be okay as long as you get through this segment quickly. So I'm not gonna do that for now because you need about a minute in the final boss, and it takes probably about a minute or so to get through here. So you can enable this at any point really, but if you're fast, ideally it would be now because it can be useful in the upcoming segment. You can skip a cutscene by going fast in the next room, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to save state as well, just to show it, hopefully. Ladders also eat your inputs. I did that wrong. Let me re-enter quickly. If you aim down and release that spin attack, you end up down here instead of on the right. This is the cutscene you can skip. If when you're down here, you hop on the spinner and then spin attack this way, then you'll be in this place with the dark spawn. You want to take damage from it, not die. I'm going to get that stamina cog on now, I think. And let me save state. There's a tough telehook here. No, that was out let me try again. I'm not sure on the exact inputs for this one. It feels like, it's like a feeling thing, it seems like. There we go, that was good. You just want to end up past the trigger for that fight. 30 attack cog should be loads, 1 minute 30 of stamina cog should also be loads. Let me save state again here, activate this terminal. Oh, actually, I'll save state again. There we go. Do I want to... I will actually. I'm going to enable infinite cogs just so I can retry this simply. I'm going to run down here just for a second. You want to run down at the start of the fight. If I turn on infinite cogs like this, my cogs should stop depleting. You specifically want to run down here at the start of the fight. Kill this, you need to kill it. Keeps your combo up. We also need to be low health for this segment as well. I'm gonna show you a fast way to get to the final boss without losing stamina. So I'm gonna skip this cutscene here, and then you jump, roll up, and then you jump up here, and then come up here like this. If you hit the final boss with that spin attack during this, you'll kill it. There we go. That was really risky. That's a really risky strat, but this stops the phase where the boss comes out of its pod and tries to attack you. So I'm really glad I got that on camera because that is the fast final boss kill without it teleporting close to you, and you can hit it with the spin attack during the arm spawning cutscene. So I'm really glad I got that on recording, that's awesome. After this, to end the run, we just skip a cutscene, spin her downwards, skip another cutscene, and the run's over on Fade to Black. There we go, time. Nice, I think that's a PB IGT for me, which is funny. 17-minute run? Yeah, I think I've done like 19-minute runs before. So, of course, like I've done a couple like reloads using save states, which means that that resets the IGT. So it's interesting to see though. That's really awesome. So yeah, this is all not relevant for the speedrun. Basically, you need to make sure that you show your complete screen at the end with your final IGT time. Show your RTA time. Show your load removed time. And show your version on the title screen as well. So yeah, I'll probably release like, I'd really like to have like more in-depth videos for certain parts of the run, like particular bosses, I need to do a big video on menuing. What else? Probably item routing as well. Item drops are incredibly important. Hitting 2 crystals at the same time is like such a big feature of this run, so to get getting multiple items from multiple crystals quickly is just such a big feature to get the run done quickly. So hopefully that's good. If you've got any questions, join the Unsighted speedrun or join the Unsighted developer Discord, or the Studio Pixelpunk developer Discord. You can find a link on the game's speedrun.com page. And you're more than welcome to just chat to me in the Speedrun Discord or just message me directly or anything like that. I'm at @the_G_Meister on Discord, so if you want to just chat, hit me up. Good luck on your world record hunting, because there's quite a bit of time that can be saved. I believe the current world record holders implemented some of these over the previous world record holder, but not all of these. The new item routing is easily the most... the new item routing in the North Cave entrance is easily the biggest time save, so... Thank you for watching. Happy speedrunning, and hopefully I'll see you on the leaderboard.